What's going on, YouTube? Brandon here with Beard Guy EDC. If it's your first time tuning in, we do knife content, flashlight content, pretty much anything EDC related we're going to feature on the channel at some point. Still fairly new at it, still getting the hang of the ropes and everything. Pumping out content nonetheless for you guys. This week's video, we're actually going to be taking a look at 5 of my most carried EDC folders over the last month or so. So for today's video, I decided to do something a little different. We're just going to be running down through some of the knives that I've carried most frequently over the last month or so. Just knives that, like I said, I have a special place in my heart. Definitely carrying them a lot more than others in the collection lately, for whatever reason. Maybe it might be because I like the way it performs, I like the way it looks, I like the ergonomics of that certain knife, but you'll find out that I tend to pair my knives up. I don't usually carry just one knife. I usually have a primary and secondary folder, and so usually I have a combination of a bigger knife and a smaller knife, one for more heavy-duty tasks, one for lighter-duty tasks, or to just hand to someone who asks for a knife, something not so intimidating. So I hope you guys enjoy this video coming up. I hope you've enjoyed all the videos leading up to this one. If you haven't seen them, you can check out down below in my description. There's some playlists, and you can check out my other content. And as always, enjoy the video and have a great day. Take it easy. So, as I said, for today's video, I'm going to be going over my top 5 most used or most carried EDC folders over the last 30 days. So for the last month or so, I've carried any combination of these two knives. Not exclusively, but these are definitely the most carried for the last month or so. Like, these knives have been in my pocket more than any other knife in my collection over the last month. One knife. Usually I'll carry a combination of the two. So if I'm at work, let's say, usually I'll carry the Badger and maybe the ZT, because the ZT is a freaking tank and it can definitely take whatever I'm going to throw at it at work. I work as a mechanic in a shop, so definitely get some abuse. I don't like to take my nicer, prettier knives in, but the ZT is a tank. The Honey Badger, as they say, just don't care. I love using my Honey Badger at work. It's 8CR13 MOV, but the edge holds up well on it, and it's super easy to sharpen when it does need to be sharpened. So I do sharpen it once every few weeks whenever it dulls down, but I try to strap it in between to reduce the amount of material that I'm actually removing from the blade. But I love this Honey Badger leaf. The ergonomics are great. The way the blade points down makes it great for precision and opening packages and boxes and such. So those are two that I would usually carry to work. Would be the Honey Badger and the ZT-0350. They're a great, hard-working workhorse pair. Like I said, they're both tanks. The ZT is obviously a well-known tank, but the Honey Badger, it really don't care. Like, you can do a lot with the Honey Badger. I've dropped it. I've actually broken the tip off of one of my Honey Badger worn cleavers, so I dropped it on concrete, and I lost like probably a 1/4 inch or so off the tip of that one. So I tried to reprofile it. Didn't work, so I just got a new black medium worn cleaver, and these are actually the tan scales that were originally on that Honey Badger, but I dyed them green and I dyed the backspacer purple. So, yeah, this leaf actually came black, but I just modified it with the scales from the worn cleaver. Next up, I gotta say, I really like this Kansept Prickle front flipper. It's really fidgety. It's definitely a fun action. You can open it pretty quickly, closes nicely with the ball bearings. So it's got a great little action there. 3.5-inch blade, S35VN. Really love the design of this. The pocket clip is nice. It's got a little scratch on it, but I carry it a nice bit, so I'm not surprised that the clip has some scratches. I'm surprised there's actually not more damage, because I have used this knife a fair bit. So it holds up pretty well. It's a tough knife. Also, while looking like a nice gentlemanly folder with pretty nice action. So the Kansept Prickle is definitely a great knife to add to your collection. As I said, it's S35VN. It's a great steel, holds a great edge. The ZT-0350 is S30V, also another great steel. Holds the edge wonderfully, not too bad to sharpen, and strops off to a hair-popping edge. So with the recurve of this blade, it actually gives you more cutting edge in a 3.25-inch blade, probably than what you get out of this Kansept Prickle in a 3.5-inch blade. So you actually probably get a little bit more cutting edge because of that recurve on the ZT. So I do like the profile of the ZT. It's assisted opener, so it opens pretty quick, speed safe assisted. Very nice folder. S30V, S35VN, The Honey Badger, as I said, is 8CR 13 MOV. Pretty budget steel, but I like to throw in at least one budget knife. I do carry a budget knife on me quite frequently at work, like I said, where I don't mind beating it up. I'm not going to take something like the mini Bugout to work because it's white, it's pretty. I don't really want to dirty it up too much. Action's pretty nice on it. Love this little Bugout. So this is also S30V, same as the ZT-0350. A great steel. I guess you guys can tell a pattern here. I'm liking the S30V and S35VN lately. Very nice steels. But the mini Bugout is something that I'll go to more for a secondary blade because it is a less than a 3-inch blade. It's about 2.8 inches, I believe, somewhere around there. 2.9 inches. Very similar to the Banter, which is also 2.9 inches, under 3-inch blade. This one is S35VN, if you guys can see that there. So, designed by Ben Peterson, on ball bearings, super smooth action, really lightweight in the pocket, also a great secondary folder, not necessarily something I would use as a primary folder, so I would probably pair that up with the ZT if I wanted to have a bigger chunk on me that day. So it's a good looking combo, the ZT-0350 in S30V and the Banter in S35VN. Not a bad combination. Both beautiful knives. Sometimes I'll carry the Prickle along with the Bugout just for an afternoon or evening carry. S35VN, S30V. So I like to have a bigger knife and a smaller knife. That's just how I do things. I have a primary folder and a secondary folder. And as I said, sometimes I like to carry a beater that I don't mind handing to someone if someone asks me for a knife. I'd be a little bit more hesitant to hand them the 0350 where it is assisted. A little bit more intimidating. I'd be much more inclined to hand them the Honey Badger 8CR 13 MOV. Not a big deal if it did get damaged. So this is just one of those knives I carry on me if somebody wants a knife, or if I just want to cut something where I don't know if I'm going to damage the knife or not. Well, just buy another one if I do. I'm not going to use the Banter or anything for something where I think I might damage the blade. But having said that, if I was in a situation where the Banter is all I had and I needed to use it, I'm not going to go without just because it's an expensive knife. I am most definitely going to use this knife if it's all I have on me. But if I do have a cheaper budget knife, I'm going to be more inclined to use that in a situation where I think I might cause harm to the blade. So, all in all, that is pretty much the 5 folders that I've carried over the last month, 30 days or so. Like I said, there have been a couple others, but this is pretty much the bare bones of my rotation for the last month or so. Any combination of these 2 blades has been in my pocket. Any combination of these 5 blades have been in my pocket, usually 2 at a time. Sometimes I'll carry 3, like I said, if I just want a big blade, little blade, and then a beater blade to hand to someone. But it does get kind of heavy carrying 3 blades at once. Usually I'll just keep it to 2 blades and a flashlight and maybe a pen or something. So while we're on the topic of carrying other things, I might as well do a little pocket dump for you guys, show you what's in my pockets tonight while I'm filming this video for you guys. I'll start with my flashlight, carrying my S2R Baton 2. Beautiful flashlight, super bright, not too big. It is a little larger than some of my other EDC lights, but it's not a huge light considering the lumens that it puts out. It's a great light, I love it. And last but not least, I'm carrying pretty light today. This is the CH Knives 3002. That is a freaking chunk of D2, man. This knife is like huge. It is a bit gaudy, I'm not gonna lie, but the action is pretty nice. Nice and drop shutty. Flicks open pretty nice. Like I said, that is a fucking chunk of D2. It's pretty thick. Very nice looking knife. I like the Jade G10. I've thought about dyeing it, but it is the only Jade that I have in my collection right now, so until I get something else Jade G10, this is probably gonna stay this color. But when I do get something else Jade, you best believe this is getting dyed. Probably purple. I'm thinking purple would look cool on this. But yeah, that's the carry for the day. As I said, that's my 5 knives that I've carried most over the last 30 days or so. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was definitely a fun one to film. I love all of these knives. They have a special place in my heart and a special place in my pocket, every single one of them. I appreciate all edge tools. I'm not gonna lie. There's no steel snob in me. I'm not gonna pick this one because it's S30V and not this one because it's 8CR. I like all my knives, even my budget knives. I'll even sometimes carry my Gerber flat iron still in 7CR 13 MOV or 7CR 14. I'm not sure, but it's a crappy steel regardless. But the flat iron does have its attributes. It's got a really nice hollow grind. It's got a super slicey edge, and I don't care about the cost. If I feel like it has a place in my pocket, it's going to get a place in my pocket. This is just what I've carried most the last month or so because these are some of my newer knives, and still in a little bit in the infatuation stage with some of them, like the ZT and the Banter. The Bugout has definitely been knocked down a few notches on the list. That was definitely my favorite for a little while. But as I said, I hope you guys enjoy the content. Have a lot more content coming your guys' way. And stay tuned for more. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button, you guys. And as always, take her easy and have a great day.